People buy from people who are confident, charismatic, charming, and enthusiastic. In other words, if you are like an Eeyore, if you are low tone, low energy, and you don't have the confidence, the charisma, the charm, and the enthusiasm over the phone, face to face, on Zoom, they're not going to buy from you.
Welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show.
I'm going to give you 25 years of sales strategies in 12 minutes. Guys, welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show. I'm Bedros Keuilian, and over the last 25 years, I've sold hundreds of millions of dollars, literally, in products and services. And right now, I'm going to give you 25 years of sales strategies that I've used in the next 12 minutes. So let's dive right into it. Understand this. Strategy number one, people buy results, outcome, and a solution. They're not buying a product or service from you. They're buying a result, an outcome, or a solution that they have. So for example, let's use two different people who buy a car. One guy buys a Rolls-Royce Phantom. The other guy buys a Toyota Camry. The guy buying the Toyota Camry is not buying a car. The guy buying a Rolls-Royce Phantom is not buying a car. The guy buying the Toyota Camry is buying transportation to and from work. The guy buying the Rolls-Royce Phantom is buying status. You see the difference, right? So understand that when you have a product or service, you're not selling that product or service, you're selling the solution, the outcome, and the problem that it will solve in that person's life. And if you're able to ask why enough times and get to the core of why they're on the phone with you, you're going to figure out that they're either looking for a solution, an outcome, or some kind of a result. That is what you're selling them and not your product or service. Strategy number two, people buy from people who are confident, charismatic, charming, and enthusiastic. In other words, if you are like an Eeyore, if you are low tone, low energy, and you don't have the confidence, the charisma, the charm, and the enthusiasm over the phone, face to face, on Zoom, they're not going to buy from you because people want to buy from people that they want to be like. People buy from people that they like. People buy from people who make them feel good and happy about themselves, right? And let's face it, someone who's confident, charming, charismatic, and enthusiastic, that is a very contagious feeling. And they're going to buy from you much more likely than if you're like Eeyore and you're low tone, low energy, and very sterile in your sales process. Strategy number three, understand the difference between someone's ability to pay versus their desire to pay. Assuming you've got a qualified prospect in front of you, then you have someone who has the ability to pay. But if they give you an objection and don't buy, what they're really telling you is they don't have the desire to pay. Why is that? Simple. Because they don't see the value in your proposition. They don't see the value in your offer. So just because someone has the ability to pay does not mean they're going to pay you if they don't see the value. So your job is to increase value way above cost. So if something costs $20,000, the value that you demonstrate during your sales presentation and the sales process better demonstrate the product at $50,000, $100,000 in value, right? Soon as value exceeds cost, people will have the ability to pay. But just because they have the ability does not mean they have the desire. And that's where a lot of you screw up in the sales process. Strategy number four, sales is a contact sport. And this is specifically one that I wish I knew early on because I treated my prospects almost like an ex-girlfriend. I would reach out to them one time, and if I didn't get the desired outcome, I was done. I wouldn't reach out anymore. And a lot of you do that right now. The truth is, the money is found in the follow-up. And so if you're not following up, you're not getting enough contacts in. That means they still have that problem. They are still looking for that result. They're still looking for a solution. They're just going to go get it from someone else who is going to play the contact sport like it's meant to be played. They're going to follow up with a call, with a text, with a voice shot, with a video. And the more you can follow up with passion, enthusiasm, confidence, charisma, and remind them that their problem still exists and you're the solution. Let's get back on the phone. Let's get back face to face. Let's get back on that Zoom and make that sale. Of course, in a perfect world, you want to make that sale on that first call or that first contact. But the reality is, especially if you're selling something very high ticket, They may need to process it, right? They may need to talk to a business partner. They may need to look at their finances and see if they want to pay this quarter or next quarter. I mean, look at what I sell. I sell the Domination Year Coaching Program is $100,000 to work with me. Not every sale is a instant close. Oftentimes, people need to talk to business partners, to financial advisors, to see if they can free up that money in order to make that investment in themselves. So that might take a few contacts, right? And those contacts might need to show up differently. A voice shot, a text message, a personalized call, a personalized video. And if you're not willing to have those contacts happen and to deal with a little bit of rejection, but still stay persistent and consistent, you are going to lose out on the sale. Understand this, that sales is a contact sport. Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. It is cold and flu season, and I want to make sure that you have a strong immune system and that your body is fighting off inflammation, because right now, lots of people around you have the cold or flu. And you want to make sure that, one, you don't get it. And if you do get it, you want to get over it as quickly as possible so you can go back to dominating your day and stacking wins, right? So most of you out there are probably taking a whole bunch of supplements like vitamin C, vitamin D, echinacea, ginger, turmeric, astragalus, B12, zinc. And while all these things are great for building your immune system, one, they cost a lot of money. And two, the quality of the ingredients in here are not great. So I want you to throw all these away. And instead, what you're going to do is you're going to get the Truline Everyday Wellness Shot. It tastes delicious. You can feel it working. You're going to boost your immune system, fight off inflammation, have more energy, and keep your body hydrated, because we recently added pink Himalayan sea salt for sodium and potassium and magnesium to keep you hydrated. So here's an offer that you can't refuse. Go to Truline.com, use my name Bedros to get 50% off the Truline Subscribe and Save offer. Plus, you're going to get free shipping and a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. This product is so good, such high quality, strong efficacy, and third-party tested that I want you to try it out at no risk. So use my name Bedros to get 50% off, plus free shipping and 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Now back to the show. Number 5, if you don't ask for the sale, you're going to lose the money. The bottom line is that many of you out there will give a great presentation because you have a great product or service. And truth is, you really don't ask for the sale. It's more of an implied offer. So once you get to the point where you're going to ask for money, you go, so what do you think? That is not a real strong call to action, is it? What that is almost like an implied offer. Like, what do you think? And they go, well, I think I need to think about it. I think I need to talk to my spouse. I think I need to look at my finances. I think I need to look at my schedule. I think I need to pray on it. I think I need to meditate on this thing, right? So you're opening up the door for an objection when you give a very loose call to action. Because going back to number, whatever it was, number 2, if you're confident, charismatic, enthusiastic, charming, you believe in your product or service, you would give a very strong and convicted call to action. You would say, so, Mr. Jones, I think working with me for 6 months or 12 months are going to be the best option for you. Many of my most successful clients work with me for 12 months. This 12-month program is going to cost you $60,000. But the 6-month version of that is going to cost you $45,000. Which of these two can we get you started on today? You see how that's a very direct call to action? And I gave them an A or B option. And by giving them an A or B option, I've now given them a choose one or the other versus give me a yes or a no. And I'm asking them to make that decision today, right? So let's break it all back down again. 25 years of selling strategies. It's not about a script. It's not about some kind of like memorized script that you have to vomit onto your prospect. It's about being likable. It's about understanding that this person is looking for a solution, that they're looking for a result. They're looking for the transformation that your product or service is going to give them. That's thing number 1. Thing number 2, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. People buy from people that they like their energy, that they want to be like. And that means you have to have the confidence. You have to show up with a smile. Even if you're on the phone, if you can smile on the phone, they will have a higher conversion rate. That's been tested and proven over and over again. So if you can show up with confidence, with charisma, with charm, and with enthusiasm, you're going to close that deal or at least you're going to have a much higher rate of closing that deal. Number 3, understand the difference between the person's ability to pay versus their desire to pay. Someone might have the ability to pay, but if you didn't make a great offer or value proposition, then they're not going to want a desire to pay. So they're going to give you an objection and they're going to bounce and they're going to buy from someone else. Number 4, sales is a contact sport. You got to follow up with enthusiasm, with charisma, with love, with video, audio, text, phone call, until they either say, hey, stop reaching out to me, or fine, I appreciate your consistency. I am going to do this thing and purchase from you. And of course, number 5, if you want the money, you got to ask for the sale. Have a strong call to action, because if you don't, you're going to lose out on a lot of money and someone else is going to get your sales commission or the sale in general. So with that said, if you want me to help you, I want you to get the free Domination Download newsletter. Go to bedroskeuilian.com, subscribe to the Domination Download newsletter. Every Sunday, I send out a free newsletter to everyone on my email list who has subscribed to that. And in it, I teach you exactly the things we're doing to scale our businesses, make our offers, increase sales, systems, conversion, leadership. I want to help you become a better entrepreneur, a better leader, and make more money. So with that said, go to bedroskeuilian.com, get the Domination Download newsletter, drops into your inbox every Sunday. And with that said, remember this, that average is the enemy, that success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch. I'll see you next time.